All right, if you made your way over into the extended, this is where we go deeper. This is where I get to have a lot of fun pulling back the different layers and parts of this reading. And so we've just looked over the base reading of the energy of the week with the tarot, and we can see that, we've made this decision that we don't feel completely confident about because it changed our life so drastically, so quickly. But see, we know what we know, and we are more capable than what we are giving ourselves credit for. And so now we're going to look at what's underneath, what's influencing it, and what's actually shifting within you because of it. Because this week isn't just about a situation, it's about the transformation that has been happening. All right, so we've got several decks that we're going to be pulling from, and we're going to start with the Oracle of the Council. And so I want to hear directly from the Council for the higher level truth of this situation. And this is my Oracle deck. It is still in prototype phase, and I need to release. I've got a new deck that has images on it that are just stunning, and I need to release it. I just haven't gotten to that place yet. All right, so let's look at what is the higher truth of this situation. We have the Mirror. What you judge, you're healing. 23, third eye, silver gray, the path of transmutation. And I instantly felt connection to the other people that are part of the decision that you have made. And so, they may be acting in a way that is making it difficult for you to feel like, yeah, I did a good thing, because it doesn't feel good right now as you're watching the rearrangement of the life that you have chosen from this decision. And so as you watch them be dramatic, as you watch them have, these maybe over the top reactions, as you watch them go through their own internal processes, you need to remind yourself of the times that, one, you went through that before you knew what you knew, before you got to the level that you've gotten, before you've done the work that you've done. So many people have not done the actual internal work to understand, where their emotions are coming from, where their triggers are coming from, why things feel the way they feel, because it's not always about what's happening right in front of them. Sometimes it's about the pattern that continues in their life, and they just get so tired of the pattern, but they're not recognizing, that it's choices that they are making. It's ways that they're showing up. You've done that work. You see the patterns. That's why you're making a different choice. And so the higher truth, just let you see yourself, how much you've grown from even the place where you would have reacted in the exact same way if someone came to you in that kind of way, that moment. And so it's just a mirror. It's just showing you. It's just meant to be information. Okay. We're going to go even a layer deeper from there with the wisdom of the hidden realms. A lot of you've already made the decision, but something still feels like it has a pull. So I want to look at what is happening behind the scenes energetically here. We have the Sun Dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. This is a 32 card as well. And so there's 32 and 32 on this, which 32 brings us to 5. 5 is about change. And so, this is about, a huge change. Like I said in the beginning with the base reading, all of the base cards are major arcana. So this is a major moment in your life, but it's meant to bring joy. It's meant to raise you up to a higher vibration. It's meant to make your life happier, more joyful, easier. it doesn't feel like it in the moment because we're in the, you know, kind of the destruction of the old timeline before the new timeline anchors, but it doesn't mean that the new timeline isn't bringing all of this joy. I'm going to pull one more card as well as to, the behind the scenes here. And we've got the Horse King, assistance and control. And so that's part of the problem is that you're trying to control the pace, you're trying to control the outcome, you're trying to control the way it looks, the way it feels, and just what you're actually trying to attain is the feeling. And so allow yourself to feel the feeling. You've done something that should have actually lifted a huge weight off of your shoulder. You know that no matter what comes next, even if it's not what you are actively trying to manifest right now, no matter what comes next, is going to be a higher alignment for you because you've pulled yourself, out of the lower vibrational patterned loop. But you can't control, like, there's only so much you can control here. And that's what I'm kind of feeling. It's like you're trying to control the things that are not actually yours to control. All right. So, what is the hidden influence affecting the situation? We have sacred union, partnership, romance. And so, I think that's the underlying desires, the motivation for making the decision that you did is because what you were in was absolutely not sacred union. You know what partnership really feels like, and that was not it. And so that's still the underlying desire of your heart. It's like you're trying to force that quicker than it's ready to happen. So it's not that it's not going to happen. It's that, like, this process has to complete. You've got to let the old energy, like, it's got to reassemble. Like, the old has to be, like, completely out before the new even has space to build, to grow. Okay. Okay, so next we're going to use the Soul Coaching Oracle. And I want to see the truth. What is actually influencing, just everything that's happening, which we've kind of seen, like, this is the Sacred Union card here as well. Because now that we've seen it and we know, like, kind of why it's happening, what do we do with this? What is our next embodied action that we need to take? Love, and that's a 33 card. And so this is, mastery of love, though. This is the highest octave, unconditional love. Love of self, love of others. Love others as self. And so, the decisions that you make, even the one that scared you, was done out of a place of love. Love of self and love of others. You knew it wasn't in alignment with you, that you couldn't give them what you know that they need, and they couldn't give you what you know that you need. And so it was going to constantly create this push-pull energy. And this also feels like one of those situations where love wasn't exactly the problem. It was like more love wasn't going to solve this situation. It was the way that love showed up. It was the expression of love. Not love from a place of scarcity, not love from a place of, like, I'm afraid I will lose this. What happens if I lose this? I can't live without this, because you are love, you have love, you will be love. but from, this is what love would do. This is, what love looks like. This is what it does not. And it's just aligning yourself to that. So, our next embodied step from this space is power. And to stay in your power, but from that place of love. So that's going to come in with compassion, with care, with understanding, empathy, and grace, but it's also boundaried. And so it's not barreling over, but something else with this elephant is, I'm connecting it back with this high priestess. An elephant's memory. They know what they know, and you're not going to convince them otherwise. So you know what you know. You have the wisdom. You've gained that. That is your power, honestly, in this moment, is the truth, the wisdom that you've gained. And so your next action comes from your empowerment. It comes from, just the space of the highest octave of love, that unconditional love. What would love do here? Okay. Next, we're going to do something that's a little bit different. I have never used this deck on camera, but this is an activation deck. So this is about shifting energy right now. We're going to pull one card from the activation deck, and what is being activated right now? Let's see. Says, my energies are renewed and swiftly magnetize all good things for the happiness, pleasure, and delight of my heart. My energies are renewed and swiftly magnetize all good things for the happiness, pleasure, and delight of my heart. And so all of this is being done for the delight of your heart. And so I just want you to focus in on this as it slowly turns, and let your eyes kind of cross, and just allow yourself to just say to yourself, this is all to align me for all good things, for the happiness, pleasure, and delight of my heart. These are really, really beautiful cards. And I mean, that's a beautiful activation. So just remember that every time fear steps in, every time the fool, did I make the right decision? Did I mess up? Everything is being realigned for your highest good, the happiness, the pleasure, and delight of your heart. Okay. So what is this activation doing? It's helping you become the best version of yourself that can actually hold the life that you have just chosen for yourself. Because that's what this week is. It's not just a decision, it's an upgrade. You leveled up. And so we're going to move next with the yes and no oracle to get some direct clarity. And so let's get really direct. Was this decision the right decision? Yes, victory and triumph are on your heels. You feel like the chosen favorite of fate. Respect from others comes as a worthy reward for a fair and balanced decision. I love that. This is the end of an unfavorable time and the beginning of an exciting new stage of life. Drop the baggage of the past and enjoy. I don't think I could have gotten more clear than that. So if you want to zoom in on that and just really take that message in, because there's the truth that is screaming. Your decision is bringing victory and triumph. You are the chosen favorite of fate. Respect from others for a fair and balanced decision. So I love that. Is this path aligned for you? Yes, inner harmony, a sense of liberation, happiness, and joy. There will be feelings of complete freedom and self sufficiency. Incredible luck comes to you as a generous reward for your sincere intentions and worthy efforts. This is a happy ending to the situation and a cause for genuine pride. Do you see how much happiness and joy has continued to come out in this reading? You are being reassured over and over and over that this was for your good. Not even just for your good, for the highest good. This was what was supposed to happen. You need to hear that. You need to take that in. So, should you go back to the old situation that you just left? No. A rainbow of excitement is on the way. The longer the wait, the more your enthusiasm builds. Be patient. There are only a few steps to go before your immersion into a new reality. It develops exponentially, bringing you invaluable experiences, most of them happy. Patience is the father of good character. That's going to be the thing. Like, don't get antsy because you don't see it right away. And so, yes, the end is happening very quickly, but that new beginning, it's being structured right now. And it's like none of the old can be in the new so that the new doesn't get tainted, but it's there. It's on the way. And the longer the wait, the more the enthusiasm builds. Let it be enthusiasm and not fear. It's happening. Know that it's happening. Know that it's aligning. Know that it's magnetizing. So it's not, I don't feel like this is going to be a long wait, but just know that like this time period doesn't mean of waiting doesn't mean that it's not happening. So you've got to shift how you're talking to yourself about this. All right, so let's finally look at the timing of things. Let's look at with the tell me when, the timing. When will clarity fully settle in? Clarity about this decision. This is not a matter of timing because you already have it. You already have the timing. You might get confused here and there just because of like impatience, but you already have the clarity. You're not still looking for clarity. When will you feel stable in your new path? By next spring. And that feels like it's a long way, but I mean, you're rebuilding your life. And so you may not have complete faith and trust that you made. I know I made the right decision until it's worked for a year. But I think that that's just careful evaluation. I don't feel like that's like, it's just, especially if you've lived a life where things have gone wrong more than they've gone right. This is, it's wise to take, a longer time to evaluate that, yes, this decision was correct, than to just, quickly, nope, because that quick, not giving it time to see the full reflection and to feel how it feels, because you've got to let even your nervous system resettle and get stable into the new environment. And that takes time. I mean, minimum 6 months from ending one major way of living to, the new. And so just by next spring, that feels like by that point, you will know. You're not going to keep going back and saying, questioning whether or not this decision was the right one for you. By that point, you do know that it was definitely what you needed to do. When does the next shift happen? We have July. And so, I mean, I feel that's been pretty on course with the things that I've been looking at with this, scenario that continues to play out. And so, um, the decision point is here now. We are there, and now then, like the old is falling away. I feel like July is where it feels like the new finally starts becoming visible. Like you start actually feeling like I'm living in my new life. And between now and then, it's like the old is continuing to disentangle and the old timelines are collapsing and everything is realigning. But by July, you're gonna feel like, oh wow, you're gonna see this is the new. I see it now. This is what I was trying to get to. That's and I mean that's I've been reading this wave of energy since last October. And so if you've been feeling kind of like this, destabilized energy just since that time point, and you've been just waiting, where does it like when does it settle? When does it land? This is what I've been feeling is the trajectory is like right here was the moment where it's like, okay, you made the change to make, the opening for the new and the old, all the realignment to happen. But then by Lionsgate and, late summer, we have like the new showing up, the new fully like the blessings kind of pouring out, those new blessings coming in. It feels good. That's a lot. I'm just going to take a breath with that. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this. You didn't just make a decision this week, you shifted timelines. And it's going to take a minute for your mind, your body, and your emotions to catch up with what your soul already chose for you. So be gentle with yourself in this space. You're not lost, you are becoming. If you feel like you need deeper clarity for your own personal situation, if you need support navigating this kind of massive shift, I do offer one-on-one sessions, and you can learn more about the ways that you can work with me on my website at theawakenedgen.com. So until next time, I will see you next week, but I thank you for being part of this week's energy.